Google had earnings yesterday. The market saw the earnings. They beat their revenue numbers, beat their sales numbers. The market did not like, however, the spending that is coming out of Google. Their CapEx number went up significantly. They're trending to spend 200 billion on AI data centers this year. The projection for next year, 2027, is that they're going to be spending 400 billion on data centers. So that's a lot of money for the market, and market's starting to pay attention to these fundamentals in the spending and try to figure out, okay, where's the return going to come from, right? So looking at the 1 day chart here of Google, you see we gapped down to the earnings last night. Today we're gapping down quite a bit here. Google is down 7.5%. The key things I'm watching on the chart here is today, with this gap down, we created what we call an island top, which means we had a gap here back in April where we gapped up after this earnings play, and we had this gap here back in April. We now have another huge gap to the downside. So now we have this entire space here where you could see that, kind of draw a line all the way through here and see that there's a gap. So this leaves this entire set of price action hanging out here on an island, right? So it's out here by itself. This is now cut off and it's not connected to the rest of the chart in any kind of meaningful way. This is a very bearish signal when you see an island top. So that's why I wanted to share with you guys here just a little technical analysis around that. Long wick to the top, very little, if any, wick to the bottom here. What I'm looking for is there's another gap here. So my blue dashed lines are all the gaps that I've identified on the chart. So we've skipped through this one, and then we are heading towards this other gap here, which was also earlier in April. Can we find support at this level, or are we going to dip further? So my yellow line is a support level that I have had on this chart for a while now. And if you go back, we see we have touches back here in March, touches back here in February. We bounced up. We bounced up off of that. But even prior to that, we had a touch here back in December, and we had a nice move off of that. So the market clearly finds support here right around this 295, 296 level. So that we need to now pay attention to that and see, is Google going to be able to bounce off of that level again? So we're going to keep that one on the chart, 296 for Google. Thing I do want to caution you on, however, is with the moving averages, Google has now gapped down through the 200-day moving average, my green line here. And what that means is the trend is really shifting. You see the shorter moving averages are rolling over. Google is now trading below this. We're going to be cautious. If you're going to trade it, please be careful, trade it small, because the trend is not your friend in this situation. Quick update on Google there after earnings. Hopefully that was helpful. I'll catch you on the next one.